What's up, everyone? Happy 2022. This is Jeremy back from Budget Dad Barbecue and Brewing. Today we are going to do a chuck roast low and slow on our 15-inch Lifesmart Kamado. All right, everyone, it is a Sunday afternoon and I'm a little short on time. From all the videos I watched before, from Malcolm to Barbecue Pit Boys, this could be a 5 to 6 hour cook. So I'm gonna crank up the heat initially and then we're gonna drop it down to see if we can save a little bit more time. All right, Alan, so this one's for you. Let's go ahead and check this out. I'll show you what I got. So this I picked up at Fred Meyer, also known as Kroger. It is a choice chuck roast, beautiful cut. It was 2 for 1, and you guys know I'm a sucker for deals, so of course I had to pick up 2 of them. We're gonna do one today, the other one I popped into the freezer. So let's get this started. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna inject with some beef tallow that I had from scraps from some time ago that I rendered down. So let's get that going right now. All right, that looks nice. Some of that tallow leaked out, but you know what? That's unavoidable, so I wouldn't really sweat it. This is an optional step. If you want to inject, go ahead. I just had some old trimmings from a brisket I did a while back, so I rendered that down. So I decided that this might add a little bit more beefiness to it, and so why not, right? Let's go ahead and use it up. All right, next up, let's start with our base. I'm gonna put a little Worcestershire sauce. Next up, we're gonna sprinkle a little garlic powder. All right, now I'm gonna put a little fresh black pepper. Okay, last but not least, you know I love my Grill Mates standard barbecue rub. I've had the apple one, I've had multiple rubs. I make my own rubs, but you know, as far as the Old Faithful goes, I think that this one works perfectly and it always comes out great. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna cover this, go outside into the back. We're gonna get our Lifesmart 15-inch Mini Kamado fired up to about 250 to 275 degrees. I'm gonna go a little bit on the higher side, around the 275, because simply I don't have a whole lot of time to wait for this. So let's do that first. I'll see you in the backyard. As far as the smoke that I was gonna use on the Lifesmart today, I really wanted to use a little mesquite, but you know what, I don't have any. I have fruit wood and I also have hickory. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the hickory because I think that that'll complement it well. And next up, let's put that coal. All right. So for any of you guys who've got the Lifesmart Mini Kamado, or any Kamado for that matter, a little dab will do you. You don't need a whole lot of coal. And with this one, I got some really big monster chunks in here. I love this thing. This breaks it up. So that's plenty. So because it is cold right now, I want to try to get this fired up with some reliability. So I'm going to use my blowtorch and I'll show you what I do. It's pretty easy. So I'll usually take a handful of chips and I'll just kind of put these down towards the center. Remember, the actual smoking chips that I have are towards the bottom, because once this starts to get going, those bottom chips are going to start to smolder. And that was a tip that I got from Harry Sue from watching his videos, and it's always done me right. Let's get this fired up. And really all I do here is I just keep it in one area for about a minute or two. Then I'll move it to the side a bit, do another area. Usually 2 areas is all I do, as long as we make sure that those coals are nice and hot. All right, that's looking pretty good. So once we start reaching around 275 or so, I'm gonna put that heat shield down, then my grates, and then we're gonna crank those vents down because you know this thing could get to 500 degrees before you know it. So I'll keep an eye on it. Probably shouldn't take more than about 10 minutes or so, and we'll see you back in a second. Okay, yes, so far we are at 260, almost 275. I'm gonna let it go up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna crank those vents down just a little bit more. Remember, with these Kamados, you wanna start off open and then go 50%, then 25%. That's typically rule of thumb on how you dial these things in, including my larger vision Kamado. The thing with this one is this one can get hot as Hades in a New York minute. And then also if you crank it down, it could go down to 175. So anyhow, enough with that rant. Let's go ahead and get this on. All right, once again, I tend to always try to overdo it with this Mini Kamado, but it's so efficient, you know. It doesn't really take that much charcoal at all. And I just love it. It always puts out a really great product. Cross your fingers. Oh, like a glove. If anything goes weird, I will let you know. Otherwise, we'll see you back in another hour or so just for a quick peek, and we'll keep going. All right, it looks like the temperature went down to around 250 or so, and as you can tell, there's a lot of smoke coming from it, but let's check it out. Oh man, that smell. But as you can see, it still needs a little bit of time before we wrap this. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. We're gonna give it about 1 more hour before we wrap it up. So we'll come back at that time and we will see you then. What's up, guys? What's up? All right. Whoa. Oh my word. We are ready to wrap. Wow. Okay, let's close this up for a second because I don't want to get that fire too hot. We're gonna put this right here. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna wrap this up. We'll put it down right there. Okay, we're going to be letting this go for as long as it takes. Hopefully no more than a couple hours, riding around 250 degrees, low and slow. And as soon as that internal temp hits 200 degrees, it should alarm my phone and I'll come back out. We'll take it back into the kitchen and we are going to open up that package and see what it looks like. I'm looking forward to this. I hope you are. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, you guys. Well, as you can see, the chuck roast is in the oven. I had the top open way too long with that Lifesmart, and so despite all my efforts, that thing was just getting way too hot. I got all the way up to 400 degrees and I could see my internal temps creep up way too fast. So I went ahead and just took it off. I fired up the oven to 255 degrees and I put it in there. And to be honest, that's perfectly fine. In regards to briskets or any other cut of meat to where you wrap it and you just want to finish it off, it's all about the temperature. At that point, don't worry. You don't need any more smoke on it. All you need at that point is low and slow temperatures and the oven is perfectly fine. If you just want to save some charcoal because it's $1 a pound or sometimes more, go ahead and put it in the oven and you'll be just fine. So with that said, I still have my temperature probe in. When it gets to 200 degrees, we'll go ahead and unwrap it and I will show you what we've got. We'll see you back in a sec. All right, everybody, we are back and it is the moment of truth. It has been 2 hours in the oven. Total cook time, 4 hours. 2 in our Lifesmart Mini Kamado at around 250 to 275 degrees, then wrapped and then placed in the oven for about 255 degrees for another 2 hours. And now it is time to open up this package to see what we've got. It smells delicious. It does sort of fall apart, but it still has enough firmness to where you can grab it. But look at this, you guys. Oh, the smell is just heavenly. Ooh, it's hot. You know what? That's juicy. Kind of oily. Beefy, beefy, beefy. Whoa. And check out that smoke ring. Look at this. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. Give me a break. Come on. That is so good. I've got to hand some to my wife, Tanya, here to see what she thinks.
Oh, that's delicious. That's bomb.
So I'm not going to tell a lie, you guys. I really didn't know what we're going to do with this per se, like if we were just going to eat it solo or whatnot. I did see a video from Malcolm from How to Barbecue Right, and he did almost like a pulled pork sandwich, but it was a pulled beef sandwich. There's also a video out there from the Barbecue Pit Boys where they do something similar, and it just looked absolutely phenomenal. So I had to try this out for myself on our Mini Kamado. Wow. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and start to break this apart. Let's throw this down in some hamburger buns and let's make some pulled beef sandwiches. All right, you guys, I've got my hamburger bun here and I am ready to pile it on. Check this out. I'm gonna give you my honest review here. All right, take a look at that. Give you that sandwich look, courtesy of Review Bra. He does things like that. He like shows you the inside of the sandwich. All right, let's dig in. Wow, you guys, that is really, really good. Tender, like I said before, beefy, smoky. Man, it is better than some brisket flats that I've had. I'll have one more bite. All right, time to get this served up for my family because I know they are hungry. So you know the drill. If you learned something, if you like this, if you were halfway entertained, hit that like button, subscribe. If not, that's okay too. I'm not gonna judge you. We'll see you soon. Take care.